Division III Football Championship, the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl from Galbraith Field in Kings Mills, Ohio. The Central College of Iowa Flying Dutchman against the Augustana Vikings.
Today's College Football Hall of Fame game between Augustana College of Rock Island and Central College of Pella, Iowa is brought to you by MVA, the airline of the Quad Cities. Roto-Rooter, complete 24-hour sewer cleaning service. True Value, the more you've got to do, the more you need True Value hardware stores. We've got what it takes. Duff's famous smorgasbord, you never had so many choices for so little. And by Pella Windows, the significant difference in windows, doors, and skylights.
Adjacent to the College Football Hall of Fame in Kings Mills, Ohio, I'm Tom Hammond. I'll call the play-by-play this afternoon for this Division III championship game. And with me, Dave Marr, the former head football coach at Wittenberg, where he won a couple of Division III national championships, and the current president of the American Football Coaches Association. Excellent matchup today. Augustana, they've won 23 in a row. They're the defending national champion from Rock Island, Illinois. They, of course, are the favorite, ranked #1 in the country. They'll face another undefeated team, though, in Central College of Iowa. They've won 17 straight and are ranked #2. Dave, what can we expect today? What are some key matchups?
Well, I think the key matchup is Augustana's outstanding rushing offense. They lead the nation. And I think the big question I have is whether Central can control that rushing offense. They have a quick defense. I think you're going to see a lot of Central players up by that line of scrimmage. Second matchup, Central's got to be able to control that football and keep that defense on the field. Both great football teams, both excellent defensive teams.
We do know that Augustana prefers to run the ball, very rarely put the ball in the air. What about Central of Iowa?
Central's balanced. They would prefer to run it, but they will throw it. But I'll tell you, Augustana's sneaky with their passing attack as well.
All right, it's a great matchup for the Division III National Championship, the Stagg Bowl, Augustana against Central of Iowa. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups for today's game. The Central coach, Ron Skipper, in his 24th season. He's never had a losing season, won the national title in 1974. The quarterback, Tom Koo, is a junior, passed for over 800 yards. Also scheduled to see a lot of action at quarterback, senior Pat Dale. He passed for nearly 500 yards. Leading ground gainer, over 800 yards this season, senior Brett Clayberg. The fullback in Central's I formation is senior Mark Coffey. Second leading receiver for Central, the flanker, Theron Schutte. Split end and place kicker is Matt Schulte. Schulte is another senior, 6'3", 185 pounds. Tight end Mike Boning is a senior, Central's leading receiver on the season. Anchoring the offensive line, the center, Eric Eversman, 6'3", 235 pounds. Also on the offensive line, guard Scott Storjahan, 6'3", 230 pounds. The tackles, Kirk Simmons, he's 6'1", 230 pounds, and Doug Embry. Embry stands 6'2", weighs 230. And the other guard, Neil Gray, he's a 6-footer. Gray weighs 220 pounds. On the defensive line for Central of Iowa, in Jeff Blythe, 6'2", 195 pounds, a sophomore. At tackle, Greg Stoll. Stoll, 6'2", 235, he's a senior. The nose guard is Rich Thomas. Thomas stands 6'2", weighs 220, he's a junior. The other defensive tackle for Central, Dave Beckwith, 6'1", 215, he's a junior. At defensive end, Mark Canuck, 6'3", 195 pounds, and a junior. Starting at linebacker, Brad Havran, a senior, 6 foot, 205 pounds. Also at linebacker, Dave Gray, a sophomore, 6'1", 215. Scheduled to see a lot of action at linebacker today, Scott Lindell. He's a sophomore, weighs 210 pounds. The strong safety is senior Craig Rorda, had 6 interceptions during the season. Free safety Scott Fraley also had 6 interceptions during the season. On the corners for Central, Paul Bowalda, he's a senior, and Jody Bandy. Bandy is a junior, 5'10", 185 pounds, and that's the Central defense. The Augustana coach, Bob Reed, 6 years, 155, lost 8, won it all last year. Starting quarterback Kirk Bednar, a sophomore, directed the Vikings to 347 points. Wingback, junior George Velasquez, who scored 4 touchdowns. Senior Ron Nelson is the fullback, gained over 800 yards this season. The leading ground gainer for the Vikings, sophomore Brad Price. He gained nearly 1,000 yards this season. Alternating at wide receiver, junior John Guerreri, and a freshman, Mike McGee. Guerreri and McGee will shuttle the plays in for the sidelines for Augustana. The leading receiver for the Vikings, tight end Norm Singbush. He is a senior. In the offensive line, center Greg King, 6'4", 250 pounds, a senior. The guards, Tom Holstrom, 6'2", 250, a junior. And Tony Johnston, Johnson is a junior. He stands 6'2". He weighs 225 pounds. At tackle, junior Steve Sanders, 6'4", 220 pounds. And the other tackle will be Jeff Widdop. He's 6'7", weighs 260, and is a sophomore. Here's the Augustana defense. At tackle, Lynn Thompson, 6'2", 239. He's a sophomore. The nose guard, Paul Rashid, 5'11", 248. He's a senior. The other defensive tackle, 6'2", 235-pound junior, Scott Francis. At defensive end, Robert Woolridge, 5'11", 205 pounds, a junior. And the other defensive end, Rich Baumgartner, 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's a junior. Linebackers, senior Jeff Scarpinato, 185, a 6-footer. And leading tackler on the team, Joe Wheeler. Wheeler is a senior at 215 pounds. Senior Nick Cassip will start at linebacker also for the Vikings. The strong safety for Augustana, junior Mark Long. He had 4 interceptions this season. On the corner, sophomore Troy Westerman, who led the defense with 6 interceptions this year. And free safety Mike Gray, a sophomore who also had 6 interceptions this season. Galbraith Field, right next to the College Football Hall of Fame in Kings Mills, Ohio. The weather conditions, 33 degrees, just 1 tick above freezing, and that's an improvement of what we've had recently. It's been single-digit temperatures the last couple of days and nights. Had about 5 inches of snow here on Thursday, but as you can see, the field has been partially cleared, and the conditions much better than they have been. There is the College Football Hall of Fame. As you can see, Galbraith Field, as we pan down, just adjacent to the College Football Hall of Fame, all next to Kings Island in Kings Mills, Ohio, a suburb of Cincinnati. And both these teams well represented in their cheering sections today. Central College of Iowa in Pella, Iowa, a school of about 1,500 students, and Augustana College from Rock Island, Illinois, and that enrollment about 2,200, just slightly larger than Central of Iowa. There's the field. A little snow still remaining, but partially cleared. It was cleared this morning. The snow was on there until this morning, but it's been cleared off now and looks to be in pretty good shape as we come up to this Division III National Championship game. That's the Central team being introduced right now. They'll wear the white jerseys and the red trousers, and Augustana this afternoon will be attired in blue jerseys with the yellow trousers this afternoon. Officially, it is Central as the home team, I believe, this afternoon. Now, Central is the visiting team. Here's Central. They're 11-0. They've won actually 17 straight games. The Flying Dutchman, Pella, Iowa. And you'll notice when we talk about their players this afternoon that most of them are Iowa natives, as you'll see that most of the Augustana players hail from the state of Illinois. This is Division III football, which means that the schools award no athletic scholarships. The only scholarships awarded are on the basis of need. These players are playing for the love of the game, and you'll see some good players this afternoon. Of course, Augustana also unbeaten. They won the national championship last year, 11-0, ranked number 1 in the nation, and they have won 23 straight games, actually 40 regular season wins in a row. Their last loss was in 1982 in the Stagg Bowl for the Division III championship when they lost to West Georgia. Their last regular season loss way back in October of 1980. The Vikings of Augustana being introduced to this crowd at Galbraith Field right at the moment. Dave, we mentioned that Division III football is a little different in that no athletic scholarships are awarded. What about the level of play compared to what the fans usually see on television in Division 1A? Are the players comparable?
Well, they're just not as big and as strong. I used to call my players sawed-off shotguns and cigar butts, although some of these kids out here today are huge. I think if you put them in Ohio State Stadium and let them play, I don't know that they'd know the difference whether it was Ohio State or Michigan. They'll play the game.
Augustana, the remainder of the team, coming onto the field with the cheers of the faithful in from Rock Island, Illinois. Here are the officials for this afternoon. Referee Larry Glass and his crew, assigned by the NCAA out of the Mid-American Conference, normally working the MAC games, but here today to call the Stagg Bowl for the championship in Division III. And momentarily we'll have the toss of the coin for today's game, and we'll be ready to get things underway. We mentioned that both these teams are pretty big teams, especially across the line, and we noticed that several of the players are comparable to the major college players in size, and the one that really stands out is Jeff Widdop of Augustana, 6'7", 260 pounds. They don't come much bigger than that.
They certainly don't.
Here we go out for the toss of the coin now. Augustana again in the blue jerseys. Larry Glass talking to the Central players now for the toss of the coin. Let's listen in.
Captain. Okay, gentlemen, introduce yourselves to each other, would you please? All right, before the toss, let me introduce the other officials in today's game, if you will. Mr. Barnes is your field judge. Mr. Augustine is your umpire. Mr. Peters is your head linesman. Mr. Zivic is your back judge. Mr. Whaley will be your line judge. Gentlemen, you want to come in a little closer. You're going to call a coin in the air. If I don't catch it, we'll throw it again. That one's heads, that one's tails. Are you ready, Captain?
Yeah.
Please.
Heads, he calls.
It's come up tails. You've won the toss. You have 3 choices.
We'll defer the toss.
You will defer your options. Stay right here. Captain, you may kick off, receive, or pick a goal.
We'd like the ball, sir.
You want to receive, then you're going to kick. Which goal you're going to go from?
Pick this way.
In that direction. Okay, come on around here. Good luck, and let's have
So
a good
Augustana wins the toss. They have deferred the decision. They'll take the second half option. Central chooses to receive the ball. They'll go on offense first, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff for the Stagg Bowl, the NCAA Division III National Championship, in just a moment.
Before you wrap up holiday shopping, open up True Value Hardware Store's Hardware Gift Circular for helpful gift ideas. Household projects will be easier with this Master Mechanic Power Tape, just $7.99. Or a Master Mechanic Electric Staple Gun, only $19.99. Do-it-yourselfers will welcome this Fisker Screwball Hand Drill, just $9.99. Or a lightweight Weller soldering gun, only $19.99 from participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers.
John Deere built the first self-scouring steel plow in 1837, and the rest is history. Today, John Deere Insurance is building comprehensive insurance programs.
Insurance coverage provided by concerned professional agents. People in all walks of life call John Deere for automobile, business, life, and homeowners insurance. People have depended on John Deere for 147 years. From the Deere family to yours, our good name is the best insurance you can buy.
Tom Hammond and Dave Marr from Galbraith Field for the Stagg Bowl. John Layton of Augustana has teed it up. He'll kick off. Clayburgh and Bandy deep for Central of Iowa. The Stagg Bowl about to get underway from Galbraith Field in Kings Mills, Ohio. Layton approaches the ball. There's the boot. The game's underway. That's Bandy taking it at about the 1-yard line. Comes up across the 15 to the 20, just over the 20, fumbled the ball, but recovered by Central of Iowa. Bandy fumbled the ball, but Central was able to fall on it again. Bandy, I believe, went back to get it, and so Central retains possession. They'll put it into play from their own 20-yard line.
You can always tell when a team is fired up or not by the way they cover their kicks, and I thought that Augustana did an excellent job of that.
For the Flying Dutchman.
So Central of Iowa with the first offensive possession. Tom Coos, number 10, is the quarterback. There are his stats. 56 completions and 115 attempts. I formation for the Flying Dutchman. Motion is Boning. Here's the pitch. It goes to Clayburgh, trying to sweep the right end. Caught it and dragged down just about at the line of scrimmage. Augustana ready for the sweep from Clayburgh, the Flying Dutchman's leading ground gainer.
Got good pressure on the corner from Mark Long. Excellent play.
Mark Long with the tackle, and they'll set up a 2nd down and 10 situation. Just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Apparently we had a flag on the play, Dave, and the referee is apparently ready to assess a penalty against Augustana. The Vikings backing up, so it apparently is against Augustana as they step it off. Flag over on the sideline at about the place where Clayburgh was tackled.
Incidental face mask on the defense.
Incidental face mask, a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 1st and 5 now for the Flying Dutchman from their own 25-yard line. There's the face mask.
Yeah, no question about it. It was a good call.
Ruled incidental, and so it's 1st and 5 now for the Flying Dutchman. Coos again under center, I formation in the backfield. Boney again goes in motion. Here's the snap, and the pitch again back to Clayburgh. Hit at the line of scrimmage, struggles forward for a couple of yards.
It would appear that Central wants to test the Augie defensive line. Augie's big and strong inside.
Robert Woolridge, one of the defensive ends, on the tackle after a gain of a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 now for the Flying Dutchman.
Gain of 1, 2nd down, 4.
Coos again has his team up on the line of scrimmage as you look at the coach, Coach Reed on the Augustana sideline. Again, there's the I formation. No motion this time. Wide receivers to either side. Again, they pitch back to Clayberg, trying the right side. Struggles forward. Tough yardage up to almost first down yardage. I think they'll mark it just a little bit, about a half yard shy of the first down. But Brett Clayberg, the 5'10 senior, showing us some tough running there.
Yeah, he surely did. You can see why he's such a fine player. He did everything he could to try to get the first down. Looks like a strong runner, even though he's not real big.
He is a strong runner. As you saw, he gained over 864 yards, about 4 yards a carry for Clayberg, and he has been the only one to carry the ball so far for Central of Iowa. 3rd and 1 now for the Flying Dutchman. Tight formation. They try to ram it straight ahead, and I believe they picked up the first down. So with the 8 of the 5-yard penalty, it looks like the Flying Dutchman have picked up the first down of the football game.
Yeah, that's really a big play for them to get started, maintain possession of the football. Went right at him with the quarterback, and the good old quarterback's sneak, safest play in game.
Coos picking up the first down. You see he gained 301 yards with 100 rushes this season. Schutte and Schulte into the lineup for Central of Iowa, bringing the play in from Coach Ron Skipper. Coos has a 1st and 10. Back for the first pass of the game. Coos lets it fly, intended for Schutte, but short of the mark and incomplete.
They like to sprint out with him, and I understand he's an excellent runner, as you've mentioned. They offset the fullback that time to assist in the blocking to the strong side.
Here's the play again as you see the first pass of the contest.
2nd down, 10.
I think he would rather get out there and put pressure on the perimeter rather than throw up. Throw to the outside, had him in the open. They may be having a little trouble with their footing.
Darren Hinker, Tom McDonald into the lineup for Central of Iowa as again Coos sprints out, looks downfield, can't find anyone, tucks it under and comes upfield and gains up just shy of the 35-yard line. Now mark it at about the 34. Coos sprinting out again, couldn't find anyone to throw it to and pulled it down and ran with it.
That's what he likes to do, and I think we'll see a lot of that today.
Theron Schutte back in with a play from the Central sideline. Bob Reed, the head coach at Augustana, won 55 games, lost only 8 in his 6 years in Rock Island, Illinois. It'll be 3rd and 7 now. Crucial 3rd down play early in the game for Central of Iowa. Wide receivers to either side. Boning in a wing position on the right. I formation in the backfield. Coos under center. There's the snap, and they pitch it to Clayberg. Clayberg trying for a block just short of the 35-yard line. He'll be marked down short of the first down, well short of it. A gain of only a couple of yards on the play. It'll set up a punting situation for the Flying Dutchman.
Augustana is really pressuring with their ends on the perimeter. They're making him turn inside. They're not having much success getting outside.
That's Price deep for Augustana. Brad Price, who is the leading ground gainer for the Vikings.
Very, very dangerous on the punt return. They're as quick as lightning back there.
Mark Grenko will kick it for Central of Iowa. You see the stats on Grenko. Grenko gets the snap. There's his kick underway. Moderate pressure, but not a very good kick. Floating in the wind and taking a Central bounce, but it'll only come up to about the 48-yard line of Augustana. So not a good kick on the first effort by Grenko, and Augustana now with excellent field position for their first offensive drive of the season. So we've got a timeout here at Galbraith Field. No score in the first quarter.
I'm from Moline.
East Moline. Geneseo.
Rock Island.
Provincetown, Illinois.
Here's real people with real reasons for going to Reynolds Motor Company.
We've always had good service on our cars that we have bought before from Reynolds.
We got a great deal. We looked around and we traded here once before, and we found a car that we like here.
Well, I've been around the Quad Cities pricing cars, and I found my best deal up here.
Best price.
Lately.
When you have an emergency, you want help fast. You want professionals, experts, people who will be there to help you, whether it's at night, on a weekend, or a holiday. People you can count on. Fast, reliable. So when your sewer or drain clogs, call the fast ones. Call Roto-Rooter.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. There's only one.
Augustana then puts the ball in play from their own 48-yard line. And the Augustana rushing offense, the best in the nation in Division III, will get a chance to strut its stuff here against that Central defense.
I'm sure we'll see their wing tee right off the bat.
Kirk Bednar is the quarterback of this Viking offense. Directed him to 347 points during the season. They averaged nearly 5 yards per rush. Bednar takes the snap, wheels, gives to his fullback, fighting up to midfield, but Central right there to stop Ron Nelson on the carry.
Central controlled the line of scrimmage. They had good defensive movement, and I like their pursuit on that play. They look like they're going to go to the ball.
Gain of about 2 yards on the play. They'll mark it right on the 50-yard line. It'll be second down, 8 yards to go for Augustana. This is sort of an unusual snap reception by the quarterback.
Yes, he rests his hands at the, watch him, he rests his hands at the top. As soon as he puts his hand underneath, they go on this quick snap, and they get off the ball very quickly.
Counter play to the wingback, George Velasquez. Velasquez comes up into Central territory. They'll mark it down at about the Central 47-yard line. Gain of another couple of yards. That'll set up a third down situation for Augustana. 3rd and 6 as you look at Velasquez, who carried the ball that time from his wingback position.
I think one of the key individual matchups all day will be the All-American center from Augustana, Greg King, against the very fine defensive middle guard, Rich Thomas of Central.
Mike McGee comes into the game with the play for Augustana. 3rd and 6 for the Vikings. Bednar gives to the second man through is Velasquez. Velasquez comes up close to the first down across the 45-yard line of Central.
Well, that's their favorite play. They fake it to the fullback, ride it inside, and then hand it to the halfback on the second back through, and they really come off the ball with that offensive line.
It's going to be marked a little short, about a yard short of the first down. It'll be fourth down in about 1.5, maybe 2 yards for the Vikings of Augustana. Augustana playing with the wind here in the first quarter, and it's a pretty brisk wind, as you saw that punt by Granco on Central's last possession, got up in the air and just floated. They're going to go for it. Fourth down.
This is a little surprising to me. Of course, they have a lot of confidence in their rushing attack.
Bednar gives it to Nelson. Nelson breaks free. He's down to the 20. There's the 15, the 10. Nelson scores for Augustana.
Just a great run by Nelson. Broke one tackle, slipped to his right, and went all the way.
Dave, you see it many times as the defense stacks at the line of scrimmage to stop a fourth down and short yardage play. Once you break through the line of scrimmage, you've got clear sailing, and Nelson took it in from 44 yards out. Let's watch it from ground level.
There's the fake. Bottled up inside, slips to his right, and he's gone. When you play that many defensive people up close to the line of scrimmage, you're exactly right. He gets through that initial wave, and it's Katie bar the door.
Nelson bounced off a couple of tacklers at the line of scrimmage, able to go 44 yards for the first touchdown. Augustana now trying to add the extra point, and it's blocked by Central. The extra point attempt by Krul. Matt Krul has his attempt blocked by Central, so the game remains 6-0, and that should give Central a little lift after seeing Augustana score the first points of the game.
No question about it. It came from the right side. Number 21 just went for the right spot, laid out there, and got it. Great individual effort.
There's the block by Central, so that means that Augustana now holds only a 6-0 lead, and they'll kick off to the Flying Dutchman of Central. Here's the touchdown again. Watch Ron Nelson, the 5'10 senior from Augustana, comes to the line of scrimmage. He'll bounce off a couple of defensive players, and then once he gets by that initial line of scrimmage, it's clear sailing 44 yards into the end zone.
Really wasn't much there. Didn't think he was going to get much, and it ends up in the score.
52 yards in 4 plays. 2:06 ticked off the clock on the Augustana drive, and the Vikings take a 6-0 lead.
I think it just goes to show you how much confidence the coach has in that Augustana rushing attack. I thought they'd kick it.
That's the score as John Layton kicks it off for Augustana. Clayberg and Bandy are deep. This is Bandy. Takes it at about the 15, across the 20, up to the 25-yard line, where he's knocked down hard by a couple of Augustana players. Coming in on the tackle for the Vikings, Dave Torrey. And he was joined in there by Mark Lovedahl as they combined to stop him right at the 25. Augustana with the 42-game regular season winning streak. Their last loss back in October of 1980. Their last loss of any kind was in the 82 playoffs in the Stagg Bowl. West Georgia beat them then. Here's the I formation from Central. They put it in play from their own 25. Now trailing 6-0. Pitch back to Clayberg. Gets a couple of yards, but not much more than that. Clayberg has been the workhorse for the Central offense. He was their leading ground gainer on the season with over 800 yards, and he's been called on today. A 5'10 senior from Roland Story, Iowa. Scored 9 touchdowns and averaged over 4 yards a carry this season.
Put the formation to the field and tried to run the pitch sweep into the tight end side. Excellent linebacker pursuit by Augustana.
Second down, 7 yards to go for Central of Iowa. Ball just shy of the Central 30. Cruz, the quarterback, fakes, now sprints out, gets a block on the corner, turns it upfield, and finally knocked out of bounds as he got across the 30 to about the 31.
To fake the isolation play inside, pulled the backside guard, and quarterback was able to break, contain, and gain a little ground.
Here it is again, as
There's
you see
the fake inside. There's the guard pulling. You can see the quarterback coming out, leads the tackle. Good block by the guard. Just wasn't enough room.
Well, they ran out of room and knocked out of bounds, setting up a 3rd down and 4 situation now for the Flying Dutchman. They have 1 first down in the game. 3rd and 4 here from their own 31-yard line. Coos, the quarterback, I formation in the backfield. Fakes, now back to pass, under heavy pressure, gets away from one man, and then finally knocked down at about his own 25-yard line. There's the sack by Augustana. And it was Lynn Thompson that came through to get him. Thompson, number 82, 6'2", sophomore, 239 pounds from Bloomington, Illinois. Watch the sack again of Coos.
They're making sure from the outside that the quarterback can't break contain. He's having to come up underneath, and the pursuit, and the linebacker pursuit, and the middle guard, and the tackles are just nailing.
Brinko back to punt again for Central on the 4th down play. Got some pressure, didn't get a good kick again. This is a low kick, bounces up to midfield and across into Augustana territory. It'll finally be marked down at the 45 of Augustana. So once again, the Augustana Vikings will put it in play in good field position from their own 45-yard line. Timeout with a score, Augustana 6, Central of Iowa nothing.
This is a Pella sunroom. It can take your home from dull to dramatic, from dark to light. The Pella sunroom is for relaxing, for having fun. It'll make a significant difference in the way you live. Breakfast won't be just routine anymore. Entertaining will have a new flair. Any activity or inactivity will take on a new dimension. There's a Pella sunroom for you at your Pella Planning Center. In the Quad Cities, see Pella Window Company, 513 31st Avenue, Rock Island.
A successful airline has got to have connections, timely connections to major carriers. MVA schedules are designed to begin your trip here in your city and conveniently connect you to your final destination. United Airlines alone has over 235 daily flights out of our Chicago hub. MVA and United check our low joint fares. United and Mississippi Valley Airlines are partners in travel.
Augustana leads Central of Iowa 6-0 with 7 minutes, 32 seconds to play in the first quarter. That's the score from the Stagg Bowl, the Division III National Championship game. Augustana scoring on its last possession as Ron Nelson sprinted 44 yards for the touchdown on a 4th down play. That's the Augustana huddle. You see they have amassed 52 yards rushing. Meanwhile, the Augustana defense has held Central to only 9 yards on the ground thus far. Bednar, the quarterback for the Vikings. Split backs in the backfield and a wing position. They give it to Nelson again. Fights forward to midfield, or he's knocked down by the center of that Central defense.
That was just a fullback pop, and he gets off the ball very quickly. And just popped it right in the middle, made a nice gain.
Gain of 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the midfield strike.
Interestingly enough, Augustana always lines up in a wing right. I've never seen him line up in a wing the other way.
John Guerreri in with a play for Augustana. Comes in at a wide receiver spot. And again, they have the wing to the right. That's George Velasquez, who is the wing back on the right. Bednar, the quarterback. A little bit of motion. Again, they give to Nelson straight up the middle. They seem to be testing the center of that central line, and they're gaining some pretty good yardage.
That's what they do best. They just come off the ball with their offensive line and block them and let those backs run.
First down on the play as Nelson again picks up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings in Central Territory at the Flying Dutchman 45-yard line.
Augustana wingback and halfback are not big, but they're quick and they're tough.
Nelson is the fullback, Price the running back, and Velasquez the wingback. Nelson slipped as he got the handoff from Bednar and is knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. This telecast presented by the authority of the NCAA. Any use of this program without written consent is prohibited. The announcers for this program have been approved and contracted by NCAA Productions. The Augustana sideline, the Vikings leading by 6-0 count as John Guerreri shuttles in the play from the sideline from Coach Bob Reed.
Excellent defensive play by Craig Stoll, the defensive left tackle on that last charge.
Knocked him down for a loss of the yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 for Augustana. Quick snap and a mix-up as flags fly. Bednar tries to get something out of the broken play and is collared by the Central defense. Coming through on the stop there were several of those white-clad Central players. Brad Havran from a linebacker spot leading the charge. There is a penalty on the play. Watch the replay now. Watch the head bumping and the body's grinding right in the center of that line.
Yeah, there's a lot of grunting and groaning going on down there, that's for sure. Augustana came unbalanced this side, and then when they do that, they like to run their pitch sweep. Appeared the back slipped, and the quarterback was very heads up. He didn't pitch it.
Illegal motion was the penalty against Augustana. The penalty declined by Central, setting up a 3rd and 11 situation as Bednar was just able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Larry Glass and his crew out of the Mid-American Conference. Mike McGee comes into the lineup for Augustana with the play from the sideline. 3rd and 13 now. They don't put the ball up very much. Is this a passing situation for them?
You never know against Augustana. Ordinarily it would be, but they're so good rushing, they just may go with the run.
Wide receivers to either side. It is a passing situation. Bednar looks downfield. Left-hander completes it into Central Territory and knocked down.
Short of the first down.
Short of the first down. So it'll set up a 4th down situation. The tight end, Norm Singbush, on the reception. That's his 26th reception of the season. He is the leading pass receiver for Augustana. Here it is again.
Roll slightly to his left. Of course, he's a left-hander. Singbush just sat inside on the hook. Good pass, good catch. They like to go to him.
But on 3rd and 13, they come up about 3 yards short. It'll be 4th down. You remember on 4th and 2, their last possession, they went for it, scored the touchdown. Now they're going to go for it here. Dave, they marked the ball just inside the Central 40. What do you think?
Well, I really don't know. I thought they'd punt it the last time. Here again, Coach Reed has such confidence in that rushing attack and what they can do. It looks like they're going for it again.
John Guerreri into the lineup. They will go for it. 4th and 3. Augustana leading 6-0 with 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Fake to Nelson. Keep by Bednar. Cuts it up. He has the first down and more. Down to the 25, the 24-yard line of Central. Again, Augustana with a big 4th down play.
Well, they ran the option play the left side, and the quarterback executed it very well.
Let's watch it isolated from the backfield. They lined up in the wishbone formation and ran the triple option.
Great fake to the fullback. Here he comes to the outside, turns it up. One of the defensive players overruns it. You have a touchdown saving tackle.
That was Craig Rorda that did make the saving tackle. Rorda able to get him down, but not until Bednar had picked up 15 yards. We have an Augustana player hurt. We'll get his number for you in a moment. In the meantime, let's take a break. We have a timeout with a score. Augustana 6, Central of Iowa nothing.
Before you wrap up holiday shopping, open up True Value Hardware Store's Hardware Gift Circular for helpful gift ideas. Stock someone's workshop with this Black & Decker 8-inch table saw, just $93.95 with free accessories. Choose the Wagner 6-piece power painter for $49.49. or the Duracraft bench grinder for just $37.95. And this Skill cordless drill is only $49.99 at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
A little of this, touch of that.
None of that, lots of this. Some more of this?
At Duff's Smorgasbord restaurants, you choose just what you want and how much you want. If you don't get it right the first time, go back for seconds. No matter what or how much you choose, you always pay the same affordable price.
Lots and lots of this.
Not so much of that.
Duff's Smorgasbord Restaurant.
You've never had so many choices for so little.
205 pounds, a junior from Batavia, Illinois. He's in at quarterback for the Vikings, who have it 1st and 10 just inside the 25-yard line of Central. Augustana leading 6-0. Beck's under center. Here's the pitch back. It's going to be Price. Gets a block on the corner. Fights forward inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line of Central. First carry of the game for Brad Price, who gained 962 yards on the season. He's only 5'5", weighs 155 pounds, but you see his stats very impressive this year.
Oh, there's no question about that. He's small, but, you know, for his size, he's a little guy, but he is a tough runner. Here's the pitch sweep to the right. He cuts back inside. Watch him lower the head. Look at that. The little guy. Can he run tough?
5'5", 155, but not afraid to stick it in there. Bednar back in at quarterback now for Augustana. They have a 2nd and 4 situation. Here's the give. Again, they try the middle of that Central defense, and Nelson comes up just shy of the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 15. It'll be a 3rd down play coming up for Augustana.
Nelson's just had a great year, you know, and he blocks well, too. And the thing that impresses me about him more than anything else is the way he gets off the ball.
He's been the workhorse for the Augustana offense this afternoon and has scored the game's only touchdown. Just about the 15-yard line, it'll be 3rd and 1 for Augustana. Bednar again at quarterback. He was out for one play after being shaken up. Gives to Nelson. Fights across the 15. It'll be close. We'll see where they mark it for the 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Nelson, the first man through behind that Augustana offensive line, and they'll take a look at it. They may have to measure on this one.
Well, they went right over their All-American center, and there's a good defensive surge.
Greg King, the center, is 6'4", 250 pounds, the senior. They have used his talents to good fortune today. They have tried up the center of that Central defense many, many times, and we'll see if Nelson got enough for the 1st down here as Coach Skipper watches from the Central sideline.
It'll be close. Got it.
And it will be a 1st down for Augustana. 1st and 10 for the Augustana Vikings. The ball at the 14-yard line of Central. Augustana with a 6-0 lead, trying to add to it with this drive. There looks like a little motion in the backfield, not called by the officials that time.
A little lean in there, no question about that.
Augustana has a very quick snap count. You'll see Bednar put his hands under center, and there they go. Again, they pitched to Price, but they've got a penalty, and they'll whistle the play dead.
Little premature movement there.
Well, it's pretty difficult, I guess, not only for the defense to adjust to that, but sometimes for your own offensive players to adjust to that very quick snap count as Bednar sticks his hands on the waist of the center. When he puts them underneath, they go.
They go right now. And the wingback, when he goes in motion, he will key the quarterback's hands. And when the quarterback starts to put him underneath the center, he takes off. They go from the quick count most of the time.
Dead ball foul, illegal procedure on the offense, 1st down.
5-yard penalty against Augustana. Still be 1st down, but 1st and 15 now. Ball is on the Central 19-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him run a bootleg here. They love that play.
Bednar.
Here it comes.
Fakes it, tries to bootleg it out to the right, being collared in and taken down.
Excellent defensive play. Excellent defensive play by Central. They had good defensive pressure by number 78, Greg Stoll.
Jeff Blythe also in there on the tackle for Central as...
Fake to the fullback, fake to the second man through, then he boots out to the weak side. But he got good pressure by the defensive tackle. Here comes the pursuit for the inside. Nowhere to go. Great defensive play.
Jeff Blythe and Rich Thomas combining on the hit for Central. Loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 18 for Augustana. As the Central defense in the shadow of its own goal line stiffening up a bit here now with 1:40 to play in the 1st quarter, and Augustana leading by 6.
In the double wing.
Motion by the Augustana offense. Bednar to pass. Left-hander has a man wide open. It's complete down to the 6-yard line of Central. is Singbush. Got the reception again, the tight end. He's caught the only 2 completions for Augustana. That was a big one as they take it down to the 6-yard line of the Flying Dutchman. Here it is again.
I tell you, that was an excellent throw. It was right on the money. Hits his favorite receiver. Immediately tackled, but I told you, Augustana's sneaky good with that passing attack. They can throw it when they have to.
Norm Singbush, the 6'1" senior, has 2 receptions today. It'll be a 3rd down now, but 3rd and 2. Another long drive by Augustana, the 12th play. 3rd down situation here. Give to Nelson. Nelson fights inside the 5-yard line. Looks like he has the 1st down.
I'd say that he does. They dive that halfback inside to help out on the nose or to help out on the linebacker. The fullback runs right outside of it. Here again, Augustana is strong inside, and they're having a tough time controlling that rushing attack, no question about it.
Dave Beckwith on the stop for Central, but not before 1st down yardage. It'll be 1st and goal now for Augustana with the ball on the Central 3-yard line. John Guerreri in with a play for Augustana. Again, they line up in the wing formation right. Bednar, the quarterback. Hands under center. A little bit of motion to give to Nelson. He's got the touchdown. Nelson, the 5'10" senior, with the straight-ahead dive play for the score.
Just an excellent drive by Augustana. They mixed it up. They run it well, and they go inside with the fullback, go outside with the second back through. They run into trouble. They threw the football effectively. Even their own penalties couldn't stop it. I think at this stage, Central's really going to have to keep their head up and stay with their game plan. It's still early, but they got to have their dobbers down a little.
Augustana will go for 2. They had their first extra point attempt blocked. They'll go for the 2-point conversion here. Bednar, the quarterback. Nelson, the fake. Bednar still has it, cuts up, gets the 2-point conversion. Bednar on a keeper, puts it into the end zone, putting Augustana ahead 14-0. Another impressive drive by Augustana. Nelson scored the touchdown, but the key play was on a reception by Norm Singbush, the tight end, on a 2nd and long situation, enabling Augustana to keep the drive going. Here's the conversion again.
Just keeps it to the outside, strings it out, turns it back up inside, and he's in there for 6. Talk about balance. They showed a very balanced offense on that drive.
Only 23 seconds now remaining in the 1st quarter, and Augustana has taken a 14-0 lead. Bandy deep for Central, along with Claybird, as Augustana's John Layton gets set to kick it off.
Claybird's had an excellent year in punts and kickoff returns. 55 yards and 13 plays. 709.
Well, that's the kind of drive that makes coaches like Coach Reed, they're very happy, isn't it? Because you keep the ball away from the other team, you grind it out and get the score.
Indeed, no question about it.
And, of course, we've talked about Augustana being very run-oriented, but they put the ball in the air a couple of times on the drive with good success. Here's Layton now, set to kick it off for Augustana. Puts the foot to it, and it's be taken by Bandy at the 10. Fumbled it for a moment, recovers, comes across the 20, fighting for yardage. He'll be stopped just about the 25-yard line.
Excellent coverage by Augustana. Pretty hard to run east and west. You got to go north and south, I think, on this field on those returns.
Well, Dave, now trailing 14-0. Will there be any change in the offensive tactics as we have apparently a penalty, a personal foul penalty against Augustana?
Missed that. I don't think at this stage of the game there will be. You have 17 seconds left to go in this quarter, then they're going to have the win. I think they want to stay with what they do best.
Here's the call on the penalty.
Dead ball foul, personal foul on the defense, 1st down.
15-yard penalty brings it all the way to the 40-yard line of Central. So that's their best field position to date. They'll put it into play with only 17 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. And the Flying Dutchman down 14-0.
They're in split backs this time. There's a little quick out.
Coos was knocked down as he got the ball away, intended for Schutte, but over his head and out of bounds. And Coos took quite a hit that time.
Surely did, even though it was a quick out. He had pressure. He said they're having trouble throwing into that wind. They've had trouble kicking into it as well.
First appearance in the title game since 1974 when they won the Division III National Championship. 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for Central College. The quarterback, Tom Coos, under center. Gives to the first man through, and nothing there. Stopped by the center of the Augustana line.
It's like they tried to run the trap inside. The left guard pulling and trapping. Fullback, I think, lost his footing.
And defensive tackle Phil Hagan on the stop for the Vikings. 6'1", 220-pound senior stopped a man for no gain. And time expires, so that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Augustana 14, Central of Iowa nothing.
When your sink is sunk, call Roto-Rooter. When your drain doesn't, you better call Roto-Rooter. When your tub's down the tubes where it's taps for your pipes, call us. We can clear any drain in the house in minutes.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. There's only one. Come to life, come to life.
Had enough? Hey, I teach you how to play and you win?
That's life.
What's this?
My secret. Freshness, vitality, taste, life. It's here in Swiss Valley Farms milk. Try it. Homogenized, 2%, skim, chocolate, or sweet acidophilus.
Swiss Valley Life.
More lessons? Come on.
Come to life, come to life.
I was always say, somebody make something happen.
Here's Coach Bob Reed of Augustana. His team leads Central of Iowa 14-0. Central will put the ball in play, facing a 3rd and 11 situation, as they'll have the win now in their favor for the second quarter, but trailing 14-0. Augustana taking advantage of that win for good field position and scoring twice in the opening quarter.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a sprint out to this side, to the wide side of the field.
We haven't seen too much of the passing game, and when they've attempted the spread-out passes, there's been good coverage by Augustana. Will the wind help them now?
I think it will. I definitely think it will, and give them a little bit more confidence. They have trouble getting outside of the defensive end play. Here gives you a flood formation with man in motion coming to the wide side.
Clayberg in motion. Coos back to pass. Completes the pass. Taking one tackler is Boning. Boning fights his way across midfield into Augustana territory. Finally taken out of bounds and picking up the first down. Mike Boning on the reception for the first down.
Strong play to the wide side of the field. They gave him a flood by sending the man in motion.
Clayberg went in motion. Here's Coos back to pass.
Good protection. Right on the money. Breaks the tackle.
Boning got away from Gray, and Kassif had to come over and make the saving tackle. Finally dragged him out of bounds, but not before he got into Augustana territory and picked up the first down. Central's first down of the game. Who's the quarterback? High formation in the backfield. Here's the pitch to Clayberg, trying the left side, spins away from a tackler, gets a couple of yards before he is knocked down.
I think we're going to see more of the passing game, but they want to stay with that good tailback.
Lynn Thompson with the stop for Augustana. Look at the total yards for the first quarter stats now. Of course, Augustana with that 14-0 lead and dominating the first period statistics.
Yeah, they really have. There's no question about that.
Ball is shy of the Augustana 40-yard line. Second down, 8 yards to go for Central of Iowa. Wing formation to the right, eye in the backfield. Coos under center. Has a snap. One of his players fell down. He's back to pass. Looks long downfield and intercepted. Picked off by Augustana. Back upfield is Gray. Gray gets a couple of blocks and brings it on up to almost the 35-yard line. Mike Gray with his 7th interception of the season. Gray, a 6'1 sophomore from Downers Grove, Illinois, picked it off. The first interception of the game. Watch it again.
I think if this ball would have been a little deeper, he'd have been all right, but he underthrew the receiver. See, he had him on the post, but the safety man was underneath. Makes a nice interception and makes a nice return.
Gray does make a nice return, picks up a few blockers, shakes a couple of tackles, and finally gets good yardage. Watch it from another angle here. Free safety Mike Gray just playing center field and picks it off.
Ball's just a little underthrown.
Augustana leading 14-0. First and 10. Bednar, the quarterback. Again, the give to Nelson, straight up the middle. Fights forward for some pretty good yardage. And a flag there. It's going to be a late hit or a late foul by Augustana.
Yeah, I think that just a little late contact. A little over-aggressive. Like your players to be aggressive.
It'll be a personal foul. They'll mark off 15 yards against Augustana.
Preliminary call is a personal foul on Augustana.
Now some kind of discussion with the officials, and they're getting set to mark it off, I guess, against the Vikings, who have backed up the required 15 yards.
I don't expect we'll get anything different than, yeah, that's something.
Despite the penalties today, Augustana 40 yards and none for Central. The Vikings still have that 14-0 lead. They've got the ball here after the interception by Gray, but they'll be in a hole now.
15-yard penalty for first.
Here's the call.
Dead ball foul, personal foul on the offense, second down.
Since it's a dead ball foul, they don't get the down over. That means it will be second down and a ton. Second down and about 30 yards to go. I guess should be
a bunch.
Yeah, they've got second and 20 on the scoreboard. That's more like it. So they had second and 30 there for a moment. But second and 20 now, and let's see if
double wide out of draw.
It is a draw play. The give to Price, takes a couple of tackles but doesn't get much. And he'll be stopped way, way short of the first down. So they fake the pass. They go to the draw to Price instead. He's able to get a yard or so, but not very much before Central is able to stop him. It'll be a third down situation now. They say no gain on the play. 3rd and 20 for Augustana.
I would be surprised if they put the ball in the air here. Probably wrong, but I really would be. I'd kind of guess option.
They have the ball on their own 23-yard line. 3rd down and 20 yards to go. Bednar, the quarterback, give to the wingback, and he gets nothing. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
They ran their favorite running play, the second back through, and Central did an excellent job of stopping that. Now we'll see what the wind does to the Augustana punter.
Velasquez stopped by Dave Beckwith of Central. 4th down situation, Augustana's first punt of the day, and as Dave said, they'll be punting into that strong wind. You remember how it affected the kicking game of Central when they had to kick into the wind in that first quarter.
They're going to put the rush on. They've got everybody up there.
Central has 10 men up on the line of scrimmage.
Going after it. Oh, I thought they had it.
Almost blocked, but not quite, as the kick does get away. But it's a short kick, and Central will have good field position. Putting the pressure on, Layton was the Central defense, and Layton just sort of shanked the kick and was later knocked to the ground, but no roughing of the kicker. Watch it again.
That's an excellent play by the punter. The first rusher had it blocked. He just pulled it in and then punted after the rush went by.
Scott Lindell was applying the pressure for Central. And the short kick, they'll put it in play in Augustana territory.
Well, they've got excellent field position and a good drive, and the score right here puts them right back in the ballgame.
All right, we're going to take a timeout now. There's timeout, 11:50 to play in the second quarter with the score, Augustana 14, Central of Iowa nothing.
When your favorite do-it-yourselfer has a storage problem, True Value Hardware stores have the solution. A 2-drawer Master Mechanic tool chest for only $29.99. And this rolling cabinet for $69.99 that keeps even large tools within easy reach. Get both for $89.98 and save $10. You'll also find a 57-piece Master Mechanic socket wrench set with toolbox for just $49.99 at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Silvis, Moline, Illinois.
Davenport.
Harrison, Nebraska.
Barstow, Illinois.
Here's real people with real reasons for going to Reynolds Motor Company.
They gave me a good deal. Because they gave me a great deal on a new 84 truck.
We were referred by a satisfied customer, and I got a great deal.
I asked my son-in-law where the best place to buy a new Ford station wagon was, and he said Reynolds.
And they gave me a good deal. And I love it.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Skipper has his Central Flying Dutchman 1st and 10 now on the 40-yard line of Augustana after the short punt by Layton. Coos, the quarterback, fakes to the first man. Pete looks for someone to pitch to and is knocked down for a loss. He'll lose about 5 on the play.
Went the option to the wide side of the field, but he got so much pressure from the defensive end or linebacker, didn't have a chance to pitch the ball.
So Augustana again, Baumgartner coming through with the big defensive play. Taking him down for a loss of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13 now for Central. Got their best field position of the afternoon, but on the first play anyway, unable to take advantage of it. Coos again fakes, this time gives it to the first man through, fighting up over the 40, back to about the 38-yard line of Augustana.
I think they ran what we call the outside veer there. Fakes it to the fullback, but the quarterback keys the defensive end, and if the defensive end doesn't take him, he just gives him the ball. Their ends are playing so wide, that could be a very good play for Central.
Doug Heilson on the carry, his first carry of the day. He goes out of the game as Central comes up to the line, 3rd and 8. High formation in the backfield, wide receiver to the left side. Coos under center. He's going to come back to pass. Slips and falls. Well, there is a quagmire, a slick spot right in the center of the field where it was covered with snow, but now has begun to melt, and that time Coos paid the price. His feet just slipped out from under him before he could even look downfield.
Yeah, they're containing him from the outside. He just wanted to dip it inside. He couldn't do it. His just feet went right out from underneath him, as you said, and I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Central unable to take advantage of the good field position after the short punt, and Granco is back to punt, this time with the win for Central.
It's easier to run straight ahead than it is east and west.
Especially right there in that muddy spot, as you see, right in the center of the field. Low snap, but Granco picks it up, and with a win this time, he kicks it down to about the 5-yard line.
Look out, he's got a wall.
Wall of blockers set up. One man to beat, and they know they really stepped out of bounds and had dropped the 21-yard line. Well, he stepped out of bounds. He didn't have a wall of blockers. The one lone remaining Central man made the tackle, but they ruled that he stepped out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. So that's where they'll mark it, and Augustana will put the ball in play.
Well, that's good. Very, very quick.
We got a timeout with a score. Augustana 14, Central nothing.
Come to life. Come to life.
Life, whether you're going at full speed or just taking it easy. Here's something that fits your lifestyle. Swiss Valley Farms yogurt. Select from 9 flavors, good anytime, for lunch, dessert, or just a snack. It's just for you, just with the taste of life. Swiss Valley Farms yogurt tastes even better with a friend.
From Swiss Valley, come to life, come to life.
A little of this, touch of that.
None of that. Lots of this. Some more of this?
At Duff's Smorgasbord restaurants, you choose just what you want and how much you want. If you don't get it right the first time, go back for seconds. No matter what or how much you choose, you always pay the same affordable price.
Lots and lots of this.
Not so much of that.
Duff's Smorgasbord restaurants.
You've never had so many choices.
For so little.
Back to action, Brad Price carries for Augustana. He fumbles the ball, he coughs it up, and Central recovers.
I couldn't see what caused the fumble. It was just a power off tackle to the strong sign, the way it went.
Here's the give to Price.
Looks good. Oh, a defensive player got his hand in there.
Jeff Blythe was the man that got the hand in there. Jeff Blythe caused the fumble. Central recovers. Bandy fell on it for the Flying Dutchman. They'll put the ball in play now at about the 24-yard line of Augustana. Again, the best field position the Flying Dutchman have had today. Coos is the quarterback. Gives to the first man through, and coming up for a gain of a couple of yards is fullback Mark Coffey.
That's that outside veer again, I believe. They blocked down, I think, with the tight end. Then the quarterback reads the defensive end, and if the defensive end doesn't take that fullback, he just gives it to him.
Just shy of the 20-yard line, gained a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Central of Iowa. Mark Coffey, the 6-foot senior, getting a couple of yards on the play. Central needing to get back in the game now before halftime, and a good opportunity here after the fumble. Long count by Coos. Has the snap. Again, they give it on the veer play, and nothing there this time.
Well, the linebacker made the play. I don't know who in their scheme was responsible for the linebacker, but the end ran by it, but the linebacker made the play. Or is that the back? 39.
Mark Long, 39, and Mike Gray, 38, coming up from their backfield spots as Heilson carries for Central, and you watch the replay.
He's got him. He had the inside beat.
Good play by the Augustana defense. It'll be third down, 3rd and 5 for Central. High formation in the backfield, tight end to the right side. Coos fakes, gives to Clayberg, fights for a couple of yards, but he's going to be short of the first down. He's shy of the 15. He had to go to about the 14-yard line for a first down. It'll be a 4th down situation, and I imagine here they're in 4-down territory and trailing 14-0. Probably will go for it here rather than kick a field goal.
I'm sure they will. They ran the split buck out of the eye. You know, I'm very impressed. You know, Augustana is big and strong inside, but their interior linebackers and their ends are very, very quick.
Facing a 4th down situation, Central will call a timeout to talk it over, and we'll take a break. Timeout on the field with a score, Augustana 14, Central nothing.
Okay, Mrs. Davis, I'll get started. Here at Roto-Rooter, before we even start working, we tell you what your drain or sewer cleaning is going to cost. You'll probably be surprised how low it is. You see, Roto-Rooter is big enough to keep prices down. Hey, drain trouble's bad enough. But at least when you call us, you get some good news right up front.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. There's only one.
Before the holidays arrive, even Santa finds great values on gifts at True Value hardware stores. Make next year's yard work easier with the rugged Poland gas chainsaw or the powerful Black & Decker electric hedge trimmer with sturdy double-edged blades. And choose the Weed Eater electric lawn trimmer or Diston cordless grass shears for smaller jobs where the mower can't reach. Take home all these values from participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
With a 4th down and 2 situation, Central has elected to go for the field goal. They called a timeout. The entire team went over to the sideline to talk to Coach Ron Skipper, and he said, let's go for 3. So Matt Schulte, the 6'3 senior, will attempt it. A 33-yard field goal attempt by Schulte, barefoot kicker. You see his right foot barefoot out on the cold Galva field. There's the snap, the hold good. Schulte puts his kick up and through. So the field goal good as Central is on the scoreboard.
33 yards.
Well, 4th and 2 situation. They elected to go for the field goal, and they get 3 points on the board.
Yeah, it's going to give them a big lift. We got 7:57 to go. They get good kickoff coverage here and hold them down in there. They've got a chance for another score.
And narrows the Augustana lead to 11 points. Augustana scoring 2 touchdowns, a 44-yard run by Ron Nelson, a 2-yard run by Nelson. Try for the extra point was blocked in the first attempt. The second, a touchdown, Kirk Bednar. The quarterback kept it for the 2-point conversion. 14 points for Augustana. Now Central on the scoreboard with the Schulte field goal.
The entire game has been played from this 50-yard line on in. We look to our left, and there's not a mark on that field.
Schulte, there's his updated field goal percentage, 4 of 5 this year. Also has 11 point-after conversions. Getting set now to kick it off. There's that barefoot right in the middle of that muddy spot on the center of the field. All the action has been with the wind. All the points scored have been scored by the team that has the wind in its favor.
Augustana has been very dangerous with their kickoff return and their punt return. Good kick, nice and deep.
Schulte kicks it. Price rolls over and finally taken by Velasquez. Tries to his left and finally hauled down as he got about to the 16-yard line before he stopped in there by the Central kick coverage.
Well, they had good coverage, and I was a little afraid there that he was going to break that one as well. This is a key defensive series for Central. Boy, the Big Red can hold them here and get the ball in good field position. Take one in to score. It's a great ball game.
Mark Canuck made the tackle for Central on the kickoff return as Kirk Bednar brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. He's got Nelson and Price behind him. Bednar 2 for 2 this afternoon. Both completions to tight end Singler.
Side belly again. Good defensive play.
Dave Beckwith with a big hit for Central right at the line of scrimmage. Beckwith playing an outstanding game thus far this afternoon and getting some help as well. That's Beckwith, 58, a 6'1 junior, weighs 215 pounds, a native of Des Moines.
Well, he played that just the way you want a defensive lineman to play it. He just kept his shoulders and feet squared on the line of scrimmage, controlled his man, and made the play.
Got a little help from Bawalda from the corner and stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Augustana. There's that familiar wing formation. Bednar, the quarterback. Give to the first man through. I believe that's Nelson, and he is stopped after a short gain. It was Price on the carry. Price, and I don't believe he got anything, maybe a yard.
Is that Lindell, number 44, the linebacker? He met him right at the line of scrimmage. They just ran the straight dive play, and the linebacker got there as fast as the back did.
Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Augustana. How do you account for Central's better performance against that Augustana rushing offense?
Well, I think that they're just, getting the feel of that offense more than anything else. They knew what was coming, but they didn't have a feeling for the excellence of it. Now they're doing a much better job.
3rd and 9. Bednar fakes. Comes on the option to the right side. Here's the pitch to Price. Collared and taken down in the backfield.
Good play to the wide side of the field by 21.
Jody Bandy, the defensive back, came up to make the stop for no gain. So that'll set up a 4th down situation. And again, Augustana must kick against the wind.
Well, Coach Skipper must have known that those 3 points would have fired up his kids, because now everybody's excited and it's fired up their defense. And geez, a new ball game right now.
John Layton will have to punt against the wind. You see, his first one against the wind amounted to only 15 yards as he got pressure.
They got them all up there again. They're going after it. Got it away.
Layton gets it away in good order. Fair catch called for and taken. And putting it in on the fair catch for the Flying Dutchman is Clayberg. And they'll mark the ball at about midfield. There are no yard markers on the field, so you have to add it up to see. 40, 50, it's in the Augustana territory at about the 46-yard line.
Clayberg did a great job on punt returns. I think he finished 4th in the nation, but he did the right thing there. That was a fair catch all the way.
Clayberg averaged, in fact, 13 yards per punt return, which, as you said, Dave, was among the leaders in the United States in Division III. Kuz still the quarterback for the Flying Dutchman. 1st and 10 in Augustana territory. We have motion. Dutchman trailing 14-3. And a field goal on their last possession. Long count by Kuz. Extremely long, maybe changing the play. Well, it wasn't much change if he did. He gave it to the first man through, and that was, I believe, Clayberg. It was Coffey, the carrier, who was stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Interesting. They sent the tailback in motion away from the strong sack, and the cadence was long. I'm not sure whether he was checking off or not. Maybe they just wanted to find out how they were going to adjust to that.
In fact, the motion man was all the way to the sideline. He had to sort of run in place to keep from going out of bounds as the count progressed. 2nd and 9 after a gain of 1 by Coffey on the play.
High throw to the wide side of the field. Here comes that flood formation. Look for that tight end again.
Clayberg in motion. We'll see if Kuz can hit his tight end. They do flood. Kuz under pressure. Lets it go incomplete.
Well, that was a good play by the quarterback, just getting rid of the football.
Rich Baumgartner applying the pressure. He had dead aim on Kuz. Fans on the Augustana side wanting an intentional grounding, and there is a flag down.
We've got a flag down. Here he comes. He's looking for that tight end again. He sees the pressure from the inside, knows he's got to get out of there.
Here's Baumgartner putting the pressure on. Now, they're going to call intentional grounding, but it looked to me like he had a receiver close enough. I'm surprised at the call.
Are they going to call intentional grounding? I'm a little surprised at that, too. I'm not supposed to ever get on the officials. Not that I didn't in my day. I thought maybe they were going to call a late hit.
Well, it could have been. Let's see. They're going to mark it off, and we'll get referee glass. It's going to be against Augustana. Well, I thought originally he had signaled the intentional grounding, but it's going to be a personal foul call, apparently, against Augustana. Here's the call from referee Larry Glass.
You caught him.
It is a personal foul call against the Vikings, so a big break for Central. It gives them a 1st down, and the ball is on the 30-yard line of Augustana.
That's a big, big break indeed. Double tights.
Double tight end, I formation in the backfield. Who's the quarterback under center with his cadence? He's back to pass, and a blitz and a sack by Augustana.
big play. Who made that play? 61, I believe that's the nose guard.
Paul Rashid, the 5'11 senior, the nose guard. He's only 5'11, but weighs nearly 250 pounds. That time, quick off the ball. In fact, he was in there so quickly, it looked like a blitzing linebacker almost, able to sack Coos for the loss. Watch it again.
He just went to the outside move on the center and did it all on his own. I know that the University of Dayton coach was very, very impressed with that young man.
Rashid with the sack, loss of 8, second and 18. There's the mix of plays thus far for Central. They have only 3 points. Second man through the tailback. Claiborne fumbled the ball. Taken away by Augustana. He had almost a gain of about 8 on the play, but stripped away and taken by Augustana, and I believe it was Mike Gray that stripped him of the ball. Gray, the free safety, who already has an interception today, coming up here with a big turnover as Augustana takes possession.
That is a key turnover. He just takes it right out of his hands. Watch this. Right there. Hit, grabs the ball, and steals it. And down he goes. That is a great defensive play.
Mike Gray, 6'1", 160 pounds, a sophomore, having an outstanding game with an interception and now just simply taking the ball away from Clayburgh. And Augustana leading 14-3, puts the ball in play as you saw the turnover situation. Bednar is the quarterback. The pitch comes back to Price. Fights up for a gain of about 3 yards. They'll mark it at the 35-yard line of Augustana.
Just the quick pitch and the power sweep to the strong side. They like to run that from the unbalanced a lot. Boy, what a crucial turnover.
Second and 7 now for the Vikings of Augustana. On top 14-3 with 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Augustana looking to be the first team ever to win consecutive Division III national championships. Bednar gives it to Nelson.
That Nelson hits as quick as any fullback I think I've ever seen.
He does get to the line of scrimmage very quickly, doesn't he?
In a hurry.
Gained a couple on the play. It'll be third down for the Vikings. Vikings not showing nearly as much offense this quarter as they did in the first quarter. You think that strong wind has something to do with that, although they've been on the ground mostly?
Well, I think, the field position has a lot to do with it. I think the Central defense is playing much better. I think they have a little better feel for that offense now.
3rd and 4 for Kirk Bednar and the Vikings of Augustana. Again to Nelson, and Nelson fights for the first down. Just carried tacklers with him and able to pick up first down yardage.
I like him. He is a fullback.
There is his rushing totals for the day, already to 75 yards in the first half. He's been the workhorse with 11 carries thus far and has scored the only 2 touchdowns of the game. Ron Nelson, 5'10", 197 pounds, a senior fullback from Anawan, Illinois. First down play for Augustana. 2 tight ends in the game. Fake to Nelson, give to Price. Price gains about 1 before he's
number 20, Brad Price.
Taken to the ground by a host of white-shirted Central defensive players. Down there at the bottom of the stack, Brad Havran, a linebacker, senior out of Des Moines.
Well, I'll tell you, their backs are good. There's no question about it. But I'll tell you this, so do those soles that open those holes down the muck of the line. I guarantee you, those backs can't run without the work of that offensive line. Very impressive.
Greg King, the center, 6'4", 250 pounds. Tony Johnston, a guard, 6'2", 225. Tom Holstrom, a guard, 6'2", 250. Steve Sanders, a tackle, 6'4", 220. Jeff Widdop, a tackle, 6'7", 260. Here's Bednar. The left-hander overshoots his man, and it's almost picked off. He was out of bounds, though. Well, Scott Fraley almost had the interception as Bednar overthrew his man, but Fraley unable to get the required 1 foot in bounds for the interception.
Watch the pressure put on by 67, I believe, the nose. That helped that a lot. And here comes the All-American. Had a good interception, been able to control it.
Third down and 8.
Unable to control the ball with a foot in bounds. Fraley not getting credit for the interception. Rich Thomas was the nose guard applying the defensive pressure, and it'll be a 3rd down and 8 situation for Augustana. You see, they have made good on 3 of 7 third down attempts today. Central 3 of 6. 3rd and 8 for Bednar. Again, he has 2 tight ends.
I'm going to guess run. Oh, the inside tackle trap.
And
played it well.
The give went to Velasquez, and he was not able to get anything. As coming in again was Havran on the stop for Central.
Once again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I think Central has a much better feeling now of, more confidence in defending the Augustana offense.
You know who's really playing a whale of a game in the Central defense, too, is Dave Beckwith. He has had several solo tackles and has been in on several others, and he is having an outstanding game, the 6'1 junior from Des Moines.
Indeed he has. He's a fine player, and I know they like Thomas, and I know they like Jeff Bly at their defensive end.
For Central College.
There's Layton. He has 2 punts for an average of only 20 yards, punting against the wind. Clayburg is deep for Central.
They're coming at him again.
And you see the snap as Layton sees it. I think they took too much time. The flag goes down before the kick went underway. It'll be a 5-yard delay of game penalty against Augustana. They were letting the clock run down. It's inside a minute now, 57 seconds. They're willing to give up the 5 yards here to let that clock tick down inside a minute.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Central had all 10 up front. They're going to come at it again.
There's the penalty situation. Central has not drawn a penalty yet, and Augustana whistled for 60 yards worth, even though they lead
5-yard penalty walked off against Augustana for delay of the game. Moves the ball back to the 40-yard line.
The field right in the center is the temperature's been rising.
On the offense, 4th down.
Heard the call on the penalty. That field right in the center there is really getting muddy now where the snow is melted.
Yeah, no question about it. To our left, nothing's happened. They're going to go after it again. Why not? 57 seconds. I think you'll see an all-out blitz.
Layton to kick. Clayburg deep for the flying.
There they come. There they come. They got it.
Kick is blocked and recovered by the Flying Dutchman, Scott Fraley. Scott Fraley came in with a block.
They're going to have it on somewhere around the 20-yard line.
Watch Scott Fraley again. Time it perfectly. He had the angle for the block just right. Watch Fraley. He's a senior.
No wonder he's an All-American. That little cuss just took off right in there and laid out and blocked that sucker. That's a great play. I think maybe he got that extra point earlier, too. I'm not sure.
All right, Fraley with the big block of the punt, and now Central in good field position inside the Augustana 20 and looking to get a score before halftime. Only 48 seconds remaining, and Central with its best chance here to score. They have a field goal. They're trying to penetrate the end zone for the first time. The quarterback is Coos. Calls his cadence. He's going to pass. Spreading out to the right. Can't find anyone. He'll tuck it under and run. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock inside the 20-yard line of Augustana.
Well, they broke contain that time, but they couldn't get anybody in the open.
Well, he does stop the clock, but he gained only a yard or so, maybe not even quite a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 with only 42 seconds remaining now. He was able to get out of bounds, and that was crucial there.
I don't know whether Central has I'm sure they do, a screen. It might not be a bad time for a screen. They've been pressured so much.
Theron Schutte has come in with the play from Coach Skipper on the sideline. Schutte is wide to the left, tight end on the right. Split backs in the backfield. Coos the quarterback.
Going out again.
Sprints out to the other side. Under pressure and sack.
Great job. Who made that play? Number 92.
92 is Phil Hagan. He's a 6'1 senior defensive tackle. Hagan coming through for the sack. And Central forced to take a timeout here to stop the clock with 36 seconds left.
See the rush coming from our right side. Sets up the throw, and here it comes.
Hagan with a sack.
That's the best pass defense you've got going.
Takes the ball all the way back to the 25.
The best pass defense is when that guy's on the seat of his pants.
Well, they've been able to get good pressure on the passer today, as Augustana.
Really, in all fairness, we always talk about the offenses, and that's just the way it is. But the Augustana defense probably doesn't get much credit. There haven't been too many teams who've been able to do much to them.
After the timeout, Central puts the ball in play with a new quarterback in the game. Number 8 is Pat Dale. He's a 6'1", 175-pound senior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He's come in to replace Coos. Dale is a senior and a sometime starter for the Flying Dutchman. You can spot him because he's the only one that has the clean jersey.
One of the few. They're going to run the draw or the pass. They don't want to see him get too far back. They'll be out of field goal range.
Darren Hinker is also in the game. He's wide to the right. Here's Dale back to pass. Looks for the end zone. Lets it fly. It's going to be
intercepted. No.
Incomplete. Good coverage on the play intended for Matt Schulte. And back deep was Troy Westerman covering on the play for Augustana. Westerman wrestling with Schulte for the ball. It fell to the turf, incomplete, setting up a 4th down situation for Central.
Classic play by the defensive corner. Had him from the inside out, played the ball the whole way, squeezed his receiver to the outside, right up there. I thought he had it right there. But lost.
Troy Westerman, a 5'9" sophomore from
Central College.
Edelstein, Illinois, making the defensive play and a good one as Schulte unable to come down with a reception, which would have been a Central touchdown. I think they're going to attempt another field goal here, and they've called timeout, stopping the clock with 29 seconds remaining in the first half.
I think the field goal is definitely a call here.
Schulte is the kicker, and he is a barefoot kicker, so he was the intended receiver on that play over in the end zone. He had to rush over to the sideline, take off his shoe and his sock, and come back in to kick, and that's why they had to call a timeout.
That's why he's such a good player. He's got great quickness and agility. My feet are getting cold just watching him.
Ball is spotted at the 25-yard line of Augustana. And that's the situation on the scoreboard with 29 seconds remaining. And the Vikings, the defending national champions, leading 14-3. A matchup between the #1 and #2 ranked Division III teams in the country. Augustana ranked #1, Central ranked #2, each with a record of 11-0. Central winner over Occidental and Washington and Jefferson to get here. Augustana beating Dayton and Union to advance to the championship game. There's the bare foot of Schulte. The hold, the kick, it's up on its way. It is long enough and good.
Well done. Well done. Give credit, however, to the Augustana defense that kept them out of that end zone. But boy, she makes it a contest. That's a big play.
So the second field goal of the afternoon by Matt Schulte, the 6'3" senior, hometown product from Pella, Iowa. 2 for 2 in the field goal department from 42 and 33 yards. The last one a 42-yard attempt, making it over the crossbar with the aid of the wind. And Central will go into halftime with a little momentum. Only 23 seconds remaining. Schulte will kick it off. Augustana will have time for a couple of plays, perhaps, before intermission.
I would never relax against 20 and 29 on that kickoff return. They can really scoot.
Those are the deep men for Augustana. Brad Price and George Velasquez. Price is 20, Velasquez is 29. Schulte cleaning his bare foot. I don't know if it makes any difference if the foot has mud on it or not, but apparently he thought so as he cleaned the mud off. There you see Velasquez, one of the deep men for Augustana, joined back there by Brad Price. Schulte ready for his kick. Will be taken by Price at about the 6-yard line. Up to the 10, the 15, up to the 20,
Look out.
the 25.
Look out.
Out to the outside. Here's Price, one man to beat, and Schulte makes the saving tackle at about midfield. Brad Price trying the sideline, got to the outside, and only Schulte, the safety man, the kicker, was able to make the tackle.
Well, I'm glad Schulte was able to keep his foot in, or he was gone. Here he comes. Watch him scoot to the outside here. Excellent blocking on the inside. Oh, a dip inside and going outside, and only the safety man, the kicker, can stop him, and right there's the play.
46-yard kickoff return, putting the ball in Central territory. It's at about the 48-yard line of the Flying Dutchman.
14 seconds to go. We may see the ball in the air here.
Bednar is the quarterback, the left-hander, sophomore. And he will put it up. Looking, getting some pressure now, and driven out of bounds. Good pressure from Tim Patterson from his defensive tackle spot. And also Beckwith. Again, Dave Beckwith in on the play. He and Patterson supplying the pressure, taking him out of bounds and stopping the clock with 9 seconds remaining.
I agree with you. Beckwith is playing himself a ball game.
All right, they mark the ball back on the 50-yard line as he lost a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 12 yards to go with 9 seconds showing on the clock. Augustana leading 14-6. Last play of the half coming up here. Bednar has wide receivers to either side. Split backs behind him. Tight end to the left. And it's a running play that trap up the middle to Nelson. Gets a few yards, but that'll be the last play of the half. So Augustana, faced with 2nd and long, elects to just run up the clock with a running play, and the first half will come to an end. That's the end of the first half with the score. Augustana 14, Central of Iowa 6. We'll be right back after these messages with our halftime show.
Choosing a practice